Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Guys, I'm gonna try get the live stream done today, but I'm not feeling well. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm gonna try getting it done, but I'm gonna try go get a checkup. Because my throat is in bits and it's been like that for 2 years. I need to go get a checkup. It's been very difficult to go get checkups because of the COVID situation, and the GPs just seem to be fully booked. Yeah, but today, I'm not feeling great, so I'm gonna go and get a GP checkup, and hopefully after that we'll probably go live. If I'm in a good condition at the time, I will definitely go live. As you can see, I'm sweating. I'm not even feeling great at all, so I'm definitely gonna have to go for a checkup today to get my throat checked to see what's the issue, what's wrong with it. Because like I said, it's been giving me issues for a long time. So I thought I'd just let you know, if I don't come on live, don't be disappointed. But yeah, just over the last couple of weeks, it's not been great with my throat. But yeah, hopefully today we'll go live. But guys, I want to talk about something that Donaire Sr. said, and it's been going around. A lot of people have actually made a video about this as well. Donaire Sr. was giving an interview about Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. And for me, he shocked me. Now, he was talking about the fight. He was talking about, the reporter was asking him, what do you think Manny has to do? And he said, well, Spence, he's not as fast as Manny. And, he didn't against Garcia. Garcia was a lot smaller and he couldn't stop him. So basically, including that Spence isn't that powerful. He's not a big puncher. He couldn't even get a smaller guy out of there in Mikey Garcia, who was a lot smaller. And then out of nowhere, Donaire Sr. just shocked me with a prediction. He basically said that I believe Manny Pacquiao will stop Errol Spence. When he said that, I was like, whoa, okay. And then he went even further. He said Manny Pacquiao will not just stop him, but he'll stop him early, within the first 6 rounds. I was like, you shocked me already by saying you'll stop him, but then to say you'll stop him in the first 6 rounds, then it's just like, wow. Now, he mentioned that Manny's speed and power, Manny's born with speed and power, which I don't disagree with. Manny was born with speed and power. You don't achieve some of the things that Manny Pacquiao has achieved. He was obviously God gifted in a lot of the traits that he had. He was gifted, and obviously hard work, which Manny Pacquiao, we know, puts in. He's a very, very dedicated athlete. He's very, very dedicated, and I think that the results show at the age of 42, Manny's still able to compete at a very high level, which, most fighters can't really. Let's be honest, most fighters can't compete at that kind of level at 42 years of age. But I was shocked by that prediction by Donaire Sr. I was shocked. I was shocked, because there's no way I even think Manny's going to stop Errol Spence, let alone stopping him within the first 6 rounds. Errol Spence hasn't showed any kind of punch resistance issues. He hasn't showed that he can't take a shot. He's been rocked early on in his career, but he's never really, in my opinion, been badly hurt to the extent where he looked like he was going to get knocked out. And he's one of those guys that, for me, has a very good chin, a granite chin. I just don't see him getting knocked out, and definitely not getting knocked out. And I'd love to know, I know I've got a lot of Manny Pacquiao hardcore fans that watch my channel. I'd love to know your opinions. I'd love to know whether you agree with Donaire Sr., because I think there's going to be a lot of you that probably disagree, and even you don't think that Manny's going to knock him out in 6 rounds. That's a very, very ambitious statement to make. But, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Maybe he just feels stylistically Manny's speed and power will be all wrong for Spence. But when was the last time Manny knocked somebody out in 6 rounds? I can't remember. When was the last time? Was it Matisse? When did he knock? I can't remember. How many rounds did it take him to knock out Matisse? But yeah, when was the last time Manny knocked out someone in 6 rounds? And especially someone of the caliber of Errol Spence. I know a lot of the Pacquiao fans will say, well, Spence hasn't fought anyone as strong as Manny punches hard and the speed of Manny. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Possibly, yeah. I don't. Maybe Manny Pacquiao, maybe Errol Spence hasn't fought anyone as got the power and speed of Pacquiao, but you've got to go on Manny's performances against the guys that he's been performing. Against Keith Thurman, it went 12 rounds. Against Vargas went 12 rounds. Bradley went 12 rounds 3 times. You know, Manny in his prime, possibly, you know, that wouldn't shock me. Because Manny was, like I said yesterday, Manny in his prime was formidable. But now, like I said, in the last 4 or 5 years, if you look at Manny's performances and Manny's career, when was the last time Manny Pacquiao knocked somebody out in 6 rounds? Especially, firstly, I don't think he's fought anybody in the last 5 or 6 years as good as Spence. You know, and Manny's saying it himself that this may be his hardest fight. This may be his toughest fight of his career. What Manny said himself. I think you can argue that Manny's fought better fighters than Spence. You know, some people will say De La Hoya, Cotto were better than Spence. But that was Manny in his prime. You know, this is Manny past, not in his prime. You know, so there's a difference here. And like I said, if we're going off Manny's recent performances, Manny hasn't stopped anybody for a very long time. You know, the last knockout, what was Matisse? That was a while ago. You know, he didn't even stop Jeff Horn. You know, so, and Jeff Horn's technically far deficient than someone like Errol Spence. Errol Spence is just as big as Jeff Horn, right? Can bully guys like Jeff Horn, but technically a lot more sound and stronger than Horn, and a better boxer than Horn. Manny didn't stop Horn. I know he came close, but he didn't stop him. And that's the thing. On recent performances, Manny hasn't really showed a lot of knockout power. And Spence is a big welterweight that hasn't really shown any punch resistance issues. So for me, it's a bit far-fetched for someone to say that he's going to knock him out in 6 rounds. Because Manny's obviously shown when he moved up to welterweight, it was very difficult for him to, even in his prime, wasn't easy to knock guys out. It was more accumulation of punches. And that Manny Pacquiao's not, the Manny Pacquiao in his prime is not the Manny Pacquiao today. It's a completely different person, completely different fighter. You know, so yeah, I don't agree with that. I actually think that Manny won't stop Errol Spence. I think it's more of a, if he wins, it's going to be more points, which I believe I believe he's going to have to win well as well on points. Like, you know, he can't leave it close. He's going to have to do a good job on Spence. Spence is a future cash cow. So listen, stopping, I think a lot of you guys have said as well that you feel that Manny's going to stop him. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. And like I said, I can't see him stopping Spence. You know, I can see him winning. Like, I wouldn't be far-fetched, even though he's not a favourite. And I might not even pick him. I might pick against Manny. Like I said, it may be all the, you know, first time I pick against Manny in a very long time. Or probably ever, to be honest. I've always thought Manny would win everyone that I even thought he'd beat Mayweather, to be honest. I was wrong there. So, this is the first time, I think, for me, Manny's going into a fight where I think he's going to lose. But it wouldn't shock me because Manny's a great fighter and he's a legend, and he's, like I said, you just don't know with him. And there's a great chance he can pull it off. But to stop Errol Spence, I saw Justin Fortune say that he feels that Manny will stop Spence. I just don't see how. I don't see Spence really being troubled. I think, listen, I think when Manny lands, I do think you have to be careful. I don't think you can be reckless, and I don't think Spence will be. Spence is a very good boxer. He's got a very good jab. He's very hard to hit. He's a smart boxer, but to stop him within 6 rounds, wow, that's crazy, man. Crazy. What do you guys think? I'd love to know your opinion. Do you think Manny will stop Spence in 6 rounds? Because I don't. And all of you guys know I'm a big Pacquiao fan. But I just can't see him stopping Spence within 6 rounds. You know, You know, that would be, if he was to do that, oh my goodness, that would be, like I said, probably the greatest win. It's the greatest win, period, if he wins. But if he does him in 6 rounds, I think that would definitely solidify one of the greatest wins. I don't see that, though. I'm just going to be brutally honest. I can't see him knocking Spence out in 6 rounds. He's not just fighting a great boxer. He's fighting somebody that's got a good chin. You know, Spencer's got a good chin. He's shown it thus far. You know, in the Porter fight we saw, I know Porter hasn't got the power of Manny, but we saw that, you know, he can be involved in rough fights. And let's not forget, Manny don't fight like Porter. Manny don't rush you like that. Manny likes to stay at distance. He likes to come in and out with it, use his hand speed. Manny's not going to want to fight on the inside. He's going to want to fight at distance. But then he's going to have to... He's obviously the smaller man, so he's going to have to get close to Errol Spence to obviously land shots, you know. He's going to be in Errol Spence's range because Errol Spence has got the height and the reach over him. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. I certainly don't see a stoppage. And to be honest with you, I don't really see Spence stopping Manny. I don't really see Spence stopping Manny unless Manny gets tired. Like, if he catches Manny, obviously Spence is a big man. If he catches Manny with a shot, huge shot, who knows? But I don't see him stopping Manny if just with a single punch knocking him out. It can happen, but I don't see it. I see if he was to stop Manny Pacquiao, which is a possibility, I think it'll be more because of fatigue and stamina, not because Errol Spence is a big puncher and Manny gets clipped like he did in the Marquez fight. You know, Marquez fight was a one-off where he got caught with a big punch. You know, that can happen in boxing. You can get caught with big shots. And it can happen in this fight against Spence. Spence, at the end of the day, he's the bigger man. But I don't see it. I don't see Manny getting stopped. The way I see Manny getting stopped is through fatigue. But what do you guys think, guys? I really want to know your opinion. I really want to know what you think. I really want to know whether you think that Manny Pacquiao will beat Errol Spence. Will he stop him? Do you agree with Donaire Sr.? Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.